Abdullah, just generally speaking, providers and payers are trying to maintain zero cost when they are moving and doing this, let's say, this mapping exercise. But with new codes coming in, new procedures, breakdown of cases, as we have seen, it might be sometimes more challenging for the providers, might be sometimes more challenging for the payers. Will, by any chance, and CCHI is considering at some point in the future, once the data is being collected by them, to give a benchmark on where prices should be for certain procedures?
Well, Dr. Ham, this is a critical question, especially as CCHI and as a regulator for the health insurance. We're trying to avoid to interfere when it comes to the pricing. This is a competition, and the provider and the payer, they consider that the pricing of their services is kind of their secret recipe, and we would not like to publish it, even if that sometimes in the future, as you said, it could be there is an indicator for this pricing, we can show it to the patient that this is services according to the CCHI system. This is the range, maybe, but how we will interfere in that, I think, it will be so far. We don't want to send this message to the market, but so far CCHI trying to avoid to interfere between the payer and the provider about the pricing. But maybe, as you said, maybe in the future we can do some kind of indicator for each services, and this is the range of this kind of services.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think the message is clear. We are very clear that CCHI, and I'll repeat after you, that CCHI is not, I'm not asking for any interference on the pricing or the commercial relationship. But I think in the future, with the collection of data, if CCHI opts to at least show that this is the minimum to perform a quality service, for example, would be great, at least for a patient, for me to see, okay, the minimum that this service can be done is this much, and it's left for the provider, like you said, to compete. But this is what I wanted to ask you about, and thank you for your answer.
In addition, Dr. Ayham, I agree with you, especially when it comes to the patient safety. We should interfere with the patient safety center to make sure that there's no pricing below some certain kind of threshold that maybe will affect the patient safety. So I think in terms of patient safety, I agree with you. There's some kind of services that should be not below some certain prices.
Yeah, that's what I was leaning to, and I think this will be very comforting to the market to know that if they are having issues in certain services and they think they are compromising the patient safety with certain costs they have, maybe they can refer back to CCHI on that aspect. Not the commercial relationship that's left. I'm talking about that particular quality of clinical outcomes and patient safety.
Sure. And this is, as you said, that this is kind of the transformation that CCHI they are working with the MOH and all the health ecosystem.
Yeah, true, clear. So I'm gonna come back. Thank you, Mr. Abdullah.